on, guys? Welcome to Bike Nation channel. This is the Tour de Murrieta Stage 2. If you guys saw my last video, I have Stage 1 up, and that didn't go too well for myself and my team, but here we are again on day 2 of Tour de Murrieta, and spoiler alert, we got the win, man. We got the win for our teammate, and it ended well, even though some things didn't go so well in this race. As you'll see at the end of this video, you'll see I actually crashed out. I believe there was 2 crashes in this race. One on this first lap on this turn, which I did not see until I saw someone else's video. And then my crash that I caused by bad timing, I want to say. But you'll see it. I do a slow-mo at the end so you guys can see it, and that's how my race ended here. Unfortunately, it was not a good race for me, even though I felt pretty good, and I went into this race thinking I was going to do really horribly. I was going to get dropped. You know, I kind of previewed the race with or the course with my team the day before, and I was like, man, this is going to be really hard for me. I'm not suited for this type of course, but you know, whatever. I like challenges, and I went into this race saying, you know what, whatever goes. Let's just get in it, and I felt pretty good. I only got 3 laps in before I crashed out, and who knows how I would have finished. But things happen, man. But here I am, taking off a little bit at the beginning, the first lap. That wasn't my intention. My intention was just to kind of get through that first turn first, and I'm not really pushing any power down, but the Peloton's letting me dangle in the front, which I don't mind. It's early, have fresh legs, feel pretty good. I'm able to carry momentum through these turns, able to take them as fast as I can, and not have to push brakes right away. You know, because you know, in a big field, it's kind of hard to carry your momentum when you got 50 other riders trying to squeeze through that turn, and people are bound to hit brakes, and you're just accelerating out of turns. And so this was pretty easy for me. I didn't mind being in the front. I didn't realize I was in the front. I thought I was pulling the Peloton until I think around here, and I looked back and I'm like, well, I got a gap. Cool. All right. So I didn't mind. The officers that actually picked me up. I actually crashed out right around here on the 3rd lap, so you'll see that. But enough about that. We'll get back to that when we get there. So I ride for Team Go Fast. If you guys don't know already, it's the purple kit. You guys probably saw us out there if you guys were in this race. There was about 7 of us, and our objective was to get our teammate Steven to the podium, to number 1. And how were we going to do that? We were going to try to get to the front and disrupt the Peloton and let them break away. Steven is known for having that, that power, that breakaway power, and he can go hard for a very long time, man. He has, I don't know what his FTP is, but the dude is strong, and he said he wanted to win the race, and we were all for it, so we all rode for him in this race. We all said we would bring all the brakes back, we would get to the front if we needed to chase, something went off without him, and if he did manage to get into a break, that we would disrupt the Peloton and keep people from chasing efficiently. We weren't trying to block people. That's kind of a dick move, so we didn't do any of that, but we did disrupt anything that looked like it was gonna organize. So like if a chase group started forming, obviously we'd be involved in that, and we would just sit on. And that's what I mean by disrupting a chase group. You get in there, get in the mix, but you do not take a pull. You make the others work for it, and people usually get frustrated. People eventually see that what's going on, and then they just stop chasing. And that's what I mean by disrupting, a chase group or disrupting the Peloton. Like, you get to the front and you do like a false tempo, and you let everyone sit on your wheel, and you let your teammates slowly ride away, and that's what happened. And that was the goal, and I believe we did that. I believe this is where I get caught up on this straightaway over here. I don't have any of the overlays on this video, unfortunately, because my coach did take my bike after this race because I went straight to the hospital. Spoiler alert, I broke a bone in this race, so. But yeah, he took my bike and he has my bike computer, so I haven't gotten it back yet. I haven't had a chance to go over there. But yeah, I was privileged enough to take this course, this first lap, kind of on my own, which was nice. And you'll see in a minute, my teammate comes up to me, the guy that won the race, my teammate Steven, comes up to me and kind of lets me know, hey, we caught you. And I'm like, yeah, I figured that you guys were gonna catch me, so I kind of just said, all right, well, I'm gonna stay here, and you'll see in a little bit. I don't roll back too much. Like I said, our goal was to stay in the front and try to control things a little bit, or keep an eye on things until I think Steven said he wanted to break away on the fifth lap, coming into the fourth lap, well, 4 laps to go, and I didn't make it that far, but my other teammates did. So you'll see, I only got part of the race. I only got 3 laps of the race on footage. I don't think my GoPro would have lasted that long anyways, but here they are. Here are the first 3 laps of this Tour de Murrieta Stage 2. So they catch me right about here. It's very nice scenery, by the way. I know we were all racing. We didn't really take time to look around, but it was day before I did kind of look at the area, and it's really nice out here. I personally love this kind of backcountry scenery, so I enjoyed being out here. The road's not all that great for biking, but hey man, you get used to it. If anything, I think it's better, it's more technical. And there's a lot of hills, or there's a couple hills on this course, as you can see. Here's one, here's another one. I thought these hills were going to be a lot harder, but who knows? I only did 3 laps, but I didn't feel them too much. I know in other races I'd feel the little 3% or 2% little hill that we'd climb in a race. So who knows by like lap 5 if these hills would have just killed me. But I know the first couple ones didn't. Come here talking to my teammate. He's kind of giving me the rundown. Yeah, he's like, hey, chill, relax. I'm like, I'm okay. I let him know don't do any work. You sit in, my dude. I let him know that we're working for him today, and we're gonna do everything we can to, get him in the best position to get in that break and let him open up that gap on the field. Because we have all confidence that in a break that he'll be able to ride people off his wheel because he's that strong. So we're just talking, and we're actually rolling pretty easy here. Eventually the Peloton gets tired of our pace and they go around us. But we're slowing it down, which is good for us. I mean, it's letting Steven sit in and not waste too much power. He's conserving energy till lap 5, or so he can have more energy at the end, to break away and sustain his his power throughout the last 4 laps. So we're setting a false tempo, and the Peloton is allowing us to do it so far, and it's only because it's early in the race and it's a long race. Here these guys, like I said, they eventually get tired of our pace and they start picking it up. And here's another teammate of mine. Like I said, we were pretty much surfing the front of this field. We were keeping an eye on everything. There's a lot of strong guys in this field that could ride away, I think. So we definitely were keeping an eye on a lot of people. I think the women's race also went off on this course at the same time. So that was a little confusing. I know I saw some other videos. I believe we overlapped them a couple times, but that was a little confusing or new to me. I mean, I know the races are like that. On this side of the course, the turns weren't too bad, in my opinion. there was a lot of room. Just on this other side, the first side of the course, I think the turns were really sketch, because they were really narrow, and you know, I think it took a while for people to figure out how to take those turns. Oh, look, I just realized I'm behind my buddy from the last video. If you guys noticed, on the first lap, this guy right in front of me, 549, I didn't like the way he was taking turns, so I went around him. You know, like I said in my last video, who knows if it's his first race or not, or if he was just, you know, a little nervous at the beginning. He's doing pretty good here, man. He took that turn pretty good, like a boss. So, yep, lap 2, and I think there's preem points or omnium points on the line in this lap, so you'll see things speed up a little bit. People are actually racing for the omnium, and like I said, I don't know too much about the omnium. It's my first year racing, my first year out here. I know the Velosport guys are here in the pink. We're pretty organized, and I think that red kit up there in the front on the left, SBC or something like that. I'm not sure what they're called, but one of their guys has a video out. He does pretty good commentary. I know they were pretty organized as well. They were going for the GC, so they initiate some of the breakaways at the beginning to get for those points, and the stage riders here in the blue and yellow and red kits also were racing for the omnium points, and obviously the actual stage. So they kind of pick up the pace a little bit on this lap because they want those points, and of course the top 10 people on GC are also contesting those points, so they all go for it. They all start picking up the pace because they all want it, and we don't care. You know, my team Go Fast, we're not racing for GC this year. I know in other previous years they were, and I believe they got I think top 3 a couple other years. I wasn't on the team yet, but this year we're not. I just heard my buddy Anthony. He has a YouTube channel as well. It's called The Faster Me. You should go check him out. He did pretty good this race compared to his last year's race, apparently. He's calling me out, man, because he's running back at me. I kind of just give him a little hand, like, hey, man, because I didn't want to turn around. Like I said, it's kind of narrow here. But that guy's great, man. Got to talk to him yesterday after the race, which was really nice, man. Dude's a smart guy. Definitely love to ride with him and pick his brain a little bit more. He seems like he knows a lot more than I do about riding. So shout out to you, Anthony. Definitely gotta get with you after I heal up a little bit and go riding with you, man. I know you'll probably give me some good little nuggets of knowledge for cycling. But yeah, like I said, this I wish I had my overlay, but the pace starts picking up here, man. Lap 2, it starts picking up because everyone's trying to go for those omnium points. So the field starts getting a little strung out here, which is okay. It's fine. Like I said, our protected guy over there, our protected teammate, is sitting in right now, just conserving his energy and just kind of surfing wheels and letting us all, you know, hit the win if we need to. So that's the cool thing about having teammates in a race. You know, you work together and you work for a goal. And so yeah, he has a lot of us. Like I said, there's 7 of us. Here's a teammate with a GoPro. The footage that I have at the end of me crashing actually comes from his rear camera. You'll see him up there with the GoPro on his helmet. He has one also on his seat. So thanks to him for letting me use that footage so I can see what I did wrong. No one else did anything wrong in that crash. It was, it was just what I chose to do, and when I chose to do it, they caused the accident. So, but it happens in bike racing. This time it was my turn to get involved in an accident. So it is what it is. But yeah, here we are. We're getting swarmed right now. But you'll see as soon as we hit this this turn where it starts, climbing a little bit, and then we descend. Everyone's full gas, man. I think that's the black kid over there on the right. I think he wins the Omnium, and I believe he takes like third or second. This guy right in front of me, I think, takes second or third. I'm not sure in this stage race, and I think he's a top 3 in the Omnium as well. From stage right here in front of me. But yeah, you'll see with this turn right here, people don't carry too much momentum up this thing, so that's why I kind of like the first lap I took all by myself. I was able to carry momentum up this thing and just really like not have to do this crazy surge up this hill. But yeah, see how strung out it gets? Like, people just gas it on this side, man. They're like, oh, it's a downhill, let me just like give it all right now. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And you could carry so much momentum coming down this hill up into this other hill, and I feel like people don't do it. Like, I don't know if they don't realize that they should be really pedaling a lot harder to carry that momentum, but they don't. And see, we all get swarmed. We all kind of like catch up to each other. I also noticed a little thing, like people, like I said in my last video, like I like to pay attention to who's riding and how people are riding and stuff like that. And I noticed some, already, early on, that some people are losing wheels and stuff, and I don't want to be behind them. I don't want to have to like close gaps unless I have to. Like I said, I need to save my matches for if my teammate needs to bridge over to someone that's breaking away, or if a breakaway group forms, I need to be able to help them out. So I'm not trying to close these little gaps, and waste or burn matches doing that. So I see that, and I just try not to get behind them, because I know that they're just gonna, as soon as a surge comes up, they're just gonna drop the wheel. So you saw that guy on the left. There was the center line rule was in effect here, and everyone yelled at him. He was actually the guy that won the race the day before. So everyone was a little angry with him. I saw his video. He has a YouTube video as well up, and he was not aware. I mean, I don't know if he was or not, but he wasn't aware that the center line applied there. But it's pretty obvious it is, because everyone's on the other side of the yellow line. So whatever. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, he didn't really get away. He just cut to the front. He had to do an effort, which didn't make a big difference. Here's another hill. Like I said, these hills weren't that taxing yet. This is only lap 2, but they weren't that taxing. I thought they were going to be a lot harder. Sitting in a Peloton makes it a lot easier, so maybe that's what it was. Yeah, we're a little swarmed right here, and coming out of this, coming close to the start-stop, you'll see everyone starts stringing out, because see, it's already starting right now. It's stringing out already. They're all trying to race for these Omnium points, which, maybe next year we'll get a little more organized and race for Omnium. And by then, a lot of us will have raced together enough to know what our strengths are and our weaknesses are, and be a lot more organized. Oh, this was a little crazy. There's someone got a flat here, and yeah, there's a car on the road right there. Luckily, everyone was aware of it. But yeah, hopefully next year we actually race for the Omnium in this race, and no one crashes. But yeah, see, here we are stringing out, and here I am trying to close this gap, because I know it strings out, and I don't want to be in the wind too much. So I just see this gap opening up. I'm gonna move up. Like I said, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of gaps opening up too crazy and me having to close a ridiculous amount of gaps that are unnecessary. But I already know these guys are just racing for the Omnium points, so I know they're not trying to break away. I do think they get a little gap, but we close it down pretty fast, so it doesn't go anywhere. We're just trying to get points, which we're not too interested in. And Daryl here closes this little gap. I stay here because he's going for it, so I'm like, okay, well, he'll bring it back. There's 3 of us up here already, man. Look at this. We're already up here, and there's still another 3 of us, you know, behind us, and plus my teammate that we're working for. So, like I said, we're really well represented in this field. So, and I'm feeling good, and I know my teammates up here are feeling pretty, you know, fresh. So, I'm not too worried about anything getting away right now. And if it does, I mean, there's 6 of us to drill the pace to bring our buddy back up. You know, here's yesterday's winner. I'm surprised he's not, you know, racing for Omnium points here. He's like, you know, in the top 3, so I'm not sure why he didn't go for that. But here he is, and I think he this guy reflects mine, but he was like, nope, not closing my gap. Makes him close it. There's that. We start riding to the left, and like I said, we're not too worried about the gap. I started seeing a lot of people jump over. I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump. They bring me right back up to this field, and see how they're all bunched up again. They slow down again, and I think this is my final lap, guys. Unfortunately, this is the final lap I took before the crash happened. There's my buddy Brian right in front of me. So I think there's I believe most of my team is lined up on this side right here. I believe my other teammate Angelo and D are right behind me, and I actually take them out as well in this crash. So here's my teammate Daryl up in the front, closing that gap down, or chasing that that breakaway rider, because he's trying to get away, and then we have one guy up in the front. Like I said, we're disrupting the field, and we're keeping people from chasing too hard. We don't want to tire out our rider. So Daryl just goes up there and disrupts that breakaway attempt. That's all he did. He bridged to it, and he just sat in there. And then another teammate of ours sat in the front and kind of brought it back slowly, but not too fast. Because that's usually what a break when a break happens, and someone bridges over to your break and they just sit in. You don't really want to work, because now you're just towing that rider around. So that's exactly what Daryl did. He just sat on their wheel, and of course they're not going to want to keep going, because now they know they're just towing a guy around. So we obviously bring this back. It doesn't go too far. I think them using the gaps in the field was because they were going for those Omnium points, and for some reason they were able to establish some kind of gap. But we're right here. All of us are right here, and we're ready to do some work if we need to. And I think Daryl and Ray are just like talking up there in the front, just saying it's okay. He's not gonna get away. And this is my last turn, guys. I wish I got the footage of myself crashing in this race, but I guess I hit the floor too hard, and my GoPro just froze. So there you go, guys. Boom. Yep.
Sorry guys.
Yep, there he goes, man. So here's the footage from my friend Daryl's camera, as you can see. Replay it in slow-mo real quick. So what happened was I overlapped my buddy's wheel. He moved over and took me out. He didn't do it on purpose, but that was my mistake. Should not be overlapping wheels, my dudes. Not at all. Definitely learned my lesson from this, and yeah, man, I'm sorry for anyone who got affected by that crash. It happens. Sorry to my teammates that I took down with me. They also got injured, and yeah, man, I got a broken collarbone out of it, and some scrapes and bruises. But it's part of bike racing. We all know what we signed up for when we do these races, and hey, man. Positive thing is my team got a win out of it, and I live to ride another day. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time. Peace.